Hi, my name is Dave Glover, and today we're going to walk through setting up and configuring the RSA NetWitness DetectAI portal connections. You should have received an email with a link to the portal administration page. Once you're there, you'll actually go ahead and create your user accounts and set those up. So let's go ahead and do that now. Once you're logged in, you'll be at the sensor configuration page. This is where we will get the steps to install the sensor on a device and get it configured within NetWitness. So let's take a look at the steps. Step 1. Install and orchestrate the CloudLink service. We do that through admin hosts within the NetWitness platform, and we'll actually go ahead and do that after this as well. Next, what we need to do is to download the activation package and then register the device. Registering the device takes a couple of different steps. One is to actually change the ownership of the JSON package that we download and then copy it into the correct directory. If this is the first connection you will be setting up, we also need to run step 5, which is enabling the cloud-based analytics within the head unit. One thing to note here, you must make sure that the time is correct on your NetWitness devices. If the time is off by more than a couple of minutes, this will fail as a certificate time generated by the cloud service, and the time on your local NetWitness install, if it varies too much, it will fail and this will not work. Let's go ahead here, since we're in this page, and download our activation package. This is nothing more than a JSON, and then what we need to do is to copy this over to the collector that we're installing the CloudLink service on. Let's go ahead and log into NetWitness and install the CloudLink service. After logging into the system, we want to go to Administration, Hosts, and pick the decoder that we want to install the CloudLink service on. So in our case, we'll go ahead and install this on the endpoint log hybrid. We'll go install, go down to CloudLink service, and then click install. Once that's installed, we can go over to admin services and we can see that we have a CloudLink server service installed on that log decoder. In my case, this is an endpoint log hybrid, but we see here that it is installed. If we go back to our directions, we can see now that we need to copy over this activation package. So the 2 steps on that, under step 3, are to register the device. We need to chown NetWitness:/NetWitness, the file, and then move it to the following directory. My personal preference is not to move files. I like to actually copy them. When you copy this file, the permissions of the user that's copying them replace whatever's there. What I will do is I will actually copy the file first, and then I will issue the chown command. Now that I've copied that to my root directory, we can take a look at the files that are in there, and we see device activation package-json. At this point, I will go ahead and copy this to the var lib NetWitness CloudLink server directory. We go ahead here and issue our copy command. After we've copied that over, we can see here that we have a root for the device activation JSON. What we want to do is we want to change the ownership. Let's click back here. We can actually copy out this command, copy that, and then let's go execute that within the terminal window. Now we can pull another directory listing, and we can see that we are NetWitness. As far as installing the JSON package, we are now complete and we are done. Again, if this is the first CloudLink service connection that you have made, we do need to run this nwmanage enable CBA command on the head unit. So let's go ahead and do that. I've now logged into my head unit and we're going to run nwmanage enable CBA. After you run that command, you'll start seeing data start filling through the screen as it's making the changes, updating the configuration files, and so forth. One thing to keep in mind, this may take 5 or 10 minutes to complete. Once that has completed, we should see a line at the bottom that says something like enable CloudLink's service completed successfully. So now let's go back to NetWitness, make sure that our service is running. This should not require a service restart. Now, one of the other things that we can check as well is to make sure that the certificates were actually pulled down from the CloudLink service based upon the activation JSON. The way we do that is go back into the var lib NetWitness CloudLink server directory and make sure that we have this P12 file. This shows that we were successfully able to connect and pull down the certificate that's needed for the CloudLink service. The last thing we want to check now is to go into the sensor list. We want to make sure that that sensor shows connected. If you have more than one sensor, you'll see the different device IDs and their status. Seeing that this is connected tells me that the CloudLink service running on the decoder is communicating with the DetectAI platform. The last thing we want to do now is go back into our NetWitness platform and verify that the UI is showing us the connection to the Cloud Link service. We can do that by going back into our Services tab. We can either go on Respond or Hosts file or the Host tab, and then click on Users. And what we'll see here is that this page will get brought up. This no user data present is very common for the first connection. And one thing to keep in mind, that if you are on Investigate and you click on Users, you will get a forbidden page. The reason why, in 11.5.2, the only way to get to the Users tab is from Respond or Hosts. You cannot get there from Investigation. There is a code change that needs to be done to allow that to happen. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.